It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Miles Sanders. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Eagles and the Giants on Sunday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Eagles, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Wilson going to come out throwing. Looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by the former Giant, James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Hurts sets up to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Sanders is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating when we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead it 7-zip. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Wilson keeping it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Wilson. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 42 yards.
Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Giants are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Rosas good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. This offense returns to the field, and a former Penn State star, Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice, because it's exactly... Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A first down carry for Barkley. Gets around him. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 53 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Running left, it's Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down moment.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This did hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Rosa's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Buying time to his left. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
We talk about mobility in quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll run the option here with Hurts. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Now Jake Elliott, earlier in his career, he beat these Giants with a 61-yarder. From the left hash, this from 46. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Here's Wilson. That one is slant to McLaurin. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wilson. Pass caught. It's Galladay on the out route. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A handoff, Barkley running left, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. It's Barkley on the counter. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now it's Wilson. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Throwing is Wilson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Clayton Turner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. Rosas now to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that. And it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, couldn't take it away. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Wilson's throw here pulled in by Galladay. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson steps away to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. He showed that he's looking for his early interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Wilson. This is caught at the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Forced out to his left.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending?
I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And once again, this is Sanders. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts. And Sanders has got it complete. On the move past the 40. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Hurts to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every hit.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Josh Allen, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting.
And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Eagles to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give running left. It's Sanders. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And out across midfield down to the 45. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle they go with Sanders. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. Hurts fumbles it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And this is one of the dangers of letting your quarterback run the football. Now, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does. But most of the time, the quarterback swings the ball away from his body. And in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now out come the Giants. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up the 3rd and 10. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think he shied away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
That's a good job there defensively. They didn't want to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here comes Sanders on the toss right. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Working with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Ellerson Smith gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Throwing is Hurts. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Those are the kicks that you worry you might have to confront again in the end. You had a chance to go up by 2 scores here in the third quarter, but your kicker can't convert.
New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, here's Barkley. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like he had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go play action with Hurts. Able to shake him off, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle. And he coughed it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
That takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Open man is Galladay, complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
Up the middle with Barkley. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 78 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a giant touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. An option handoff given to Sanders. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle, running right through it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run at Sanders. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they got this down to about the 12-yard line. But right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. They go back to the ground with Sanders fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, and in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And my, how the tables have turned after that play. And you know what? You think back to 1978. Little history lesson here. Take us through it, Charles. You remember that.
I remember it well. Trying to run out the clock. The Giants, Joe Pisarcik trying to hand off to Larry Zonka. The ball goes on the ground, and Herm Edwards picks it up. What do we call that?
Look it up, kids. The miracle at the Meadowlands. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Eagles now down by 7. A minute 45 to play. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. That swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll look to throw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He's back to throw.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Well, the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense.
You see, it's 2 type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. It's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby.